Member of the House Intelligence Committee who was there for this entire meeting and vote today, the Democratic Congressman Denny Heck. Congressman, thanks for your time. Obviously, you were there, and you were there with Congressman Schiff during that press conference. So what happened inside that meeting today? Obviously, it appears that it was extremely contentious.
Well, we reached a new low, Erin. In fact, I think we've crossed a line that cannot be taken back now. In one fell swoop, we've completely politicized both the law enforcement institutions that keep us safe in this country and completely politicized the release of classified information. This is not just first-time precedent. This is terrible precedent, frankly, going forward. Although I want to say something else about what the minority memo, which is not yet to be released to the public, contains. It is more of a counter-argument to all of the errors and inaccuracies in the majority memo, which at the end of the day is frankly just one great big propaganda piece.
All right, so are you going to go ahead and release your memo anyway? I mean, obviously the DOJ and the FBI had asked to be able to review any memo before it was released, so I would presume you could show yours to them. Once they release the Republican one, they'll let you release yours, right?
Well, we are going to release ours too, both the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Department of Justice. We actually had a motion to subject both of the memos to that review process, and the majority turned it down. But we will do that under any circumstance because we think that's the appropriate thing to do.
When do you think that will happen? Obviously, the president has 5 days to make his formal decision, which the White House has indicated is going to be an easy yes, but we'll see. On the GOP memo, when will the Democratic response, the Democratic memo, come out? How soon?
To be determined, Erin. I strongly suspect that the president's going to not take his entire 5 days because he's going to want to feed the beast of this propaganda machine. But I'll say something that I've said to you on your program before. I think this speaks a complete misunderstanding on the part of the administration that what this entire process is about, especially with respect to Director Mueller's investigation, is a PR battle, and it's not a PR battle. This is about protecting America against Russian interference in our elections in the past and going forward. And at the end of the day, Director Mueller may very well come forward with criminal charges, and the prosecutors and Director Mueller and the judges and the juries aren't going to care about this PR battle that the administration is waging.
Now, I want to ask you about a point that Congressman Gowdy made to me. He's obviously reviewed both the memo itself, the Republican memo, and the underlying intelligence, which originally came from the FBI. And he made the point, I don't know if you just heard him, but he told me this memo was derived and distilled from information the department gave us. So basically saying they already have all the information it's based on. Why do they need to review it? The implication is, unless they want to be able to do damage control because they did something wrong with the warrant that they had to obtain information on Carter Page. Could he be right?
So the alternative point of view there is if they already have all this information, then what would be the harm in having them review it? That is traditional, long-standing tradition. And Erin, let's be very clear about this. There are actually only 2 people on the Intelligence Committee that have read the deeper, the underlying classified intelligence, and that's Trey Gowdy and Adam Schiff.
That's right.
So for the members of the committee to make this public is a little bit like writing a book review without having read the book.
Right, but I mean, I'm saying that's Trey Gowdy, who did see both the memo and the source information, right? So to your point, he's one of the 2, so he's the one of 2 people who presumably have the credibility to make that point, and he's making it.
Well, he knows better. See, this is part of the game. Since the deeper underlying classified material is in all likelihood never to be released, then they can't be proven specifically, explicitly on the basis of that information to be wrong in all of their distortions. But many of their inaccuracies and distortions are just that, and they are that prima facie.
Is your committee's investigation essentially over at this point? I mean, I don't know how you can...
Not at all. Not at all.
How can it not be when you're saying you've crossed a new low, a line we can't go back on, and you're going to now work with the Republicans on your committee to do a real investigation?
Well, because there are some elements here that I think desperately need to be brought forward, and that is what can we do to protect ourselves against interference in the future. Most of the Republicans on the committee are no longer denying, even though the president does on occasion, that Russia actually interfered in our elections. So the question then becomes, what can we do to protect ourselves? And it's part of this investigation's responsibility and mission to develop proposals to protect ourselves. And I'm hopeful, fingers crossed, my fingers are getting white, they're squeezed so tightly, that we'll be able at least to do that. But you're right, this is a new low, we've crossed a line, and frankly, it's a sad day for America.
If there was something wrong or, inappropriate, whatever, what a word may end up being, with the warrant used to obtain surveillance on Carter Page, the former Trump foreign policy advisor. Does that, in your view, Congressman, call anything about the broader Russia investigation into collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russians into question?
I don't believe there was anything wrong to begin with, Erin, based on what it is I know, never even having read that underlying document. We've been exposed to plenty of others and plenty of other information. And trust me, the Republican memo is a memorandum of propaganda, nothing more.
All right, Congressman Heck, I appreciate your time. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.